when I say I'm an artist, I don't mean I'm just labeled a rapper, right? I do make heartfelt pain relief rap songs to heal myself, to cheer myself up, to understand the situation. I don't ever go, yeah, this is my freestyle. I want to hear it. I just wanna hear it out loud. I don't want to hear it in my head. I want to hear it like so everybody else can. But people don't hear swearing from my lips. They hear the swearing in my brain because I'm always keeping it bottled up, right? I've done that for a very long time. And what I've noticed over those years, those good years that I saw my favorite people, I missed out on opportunities to be with them and get to know them and take a part of the culture. And people will go, "You're lost," and it's not. It's the scene's loss. So I personally feel attacked by that because I don't know, I'm a good person. I don't deserve the hatred. I don't deserve the, push me to the side. I don't deserve any of that. I'm just trying to say this, you know? Yeah. I'm just trying to explain, It's hard in this day and age to, speak on how you feel. But I do believe that comfort zones, they work for kids, they work for girls and women and those type of people. And I say this: if a man is a retro gamer, a gaming kid, like I was, if there are ever guys out here that feel like they want a comfort zone, that's cool. But I'm saying more times you'll come across your guys that are real men, right? That bring something to the table, like my character, like not my character. He's because I was fractured. So what's the term I'm looking for? He's just a piece of me, right? There are many pieces. A discussion is a piece of me. Freestyle is a piece of me. How I feel about you is a piece of me, right? If I can give all of those things to one person, or give that to people I know, or people I care about, or people I'm around, that's rare. It's a rare quality, right? So I never fell off. I just look at it from a sense of, I just gotta go up. I've just gotta look forward and see where it takes me. And if somebody walks over to me and somebody says, "Nah, you're working in Wolverhampton, or you gotta sign on, or you gotta claim benefits, or you gotta get credit universal, or whatever the fuck it may be," I'll knock them out. Mad. I really will. I care about you, I do, but don't be bringing that bullshit around me, bro. I don't want to hear it. I never wanted to hear it. They will say, they will have their own, their own assumptions. They'll come to conclusions, but I've come to a point in my career from going to all of those. Let's use the old school Dino accent from 2017. Let me find it. It's kind of old school. I gotta get it out. I I came to the conclusion. Oh my days! It's almost there. It's almost there. It's like when I said, "What's his name, bro?" At first, I wasn't too sure. Okay, we just need to find that now, channel that now for what we're trying to do. I can't, bro. I can't. It's just too much. It's just too much. Ah, nah. But you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with it. It's all love, bro. It's just it is what it is. It's respect and acknowledgement, and it's what everybody wants. And I'm sure we'd all live in a world where people stopped complaining and lying and cheating and betraying and all that bullshit and telling. I like one of my favorite quotes from the Red Hood was, "I'm not asking you, I'm telling you." That's a man of conviction. That's Jason Todd. He's a man of conviction. So when you do think of Dino's not asking you, he's telling you. right? And the best thing about me is I always put things out there in advance. You know, it could be heard. You know, I could come back to my content to be like, mad, I said that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I saved her videos to my watch later, and you know, it's the music video that she made, and bare people commented on it, right? The person of interest, right? The main point I'm trying to make here is that when I look back at my work, when I look back at the discussions or the times I really suffered or the times that I really doubted myself, you just have to surround yourself with people that never do. I think a man should, if he is working through it, then, you know, go to the gym and think to yourself, they told me that I wouldn't. Because I had a fair, you know what, I'm not even going to say like I'd make it up. I did come across people that told me that I didn't have this. Imagine going to the gym. Imagine going to a gym, yeah? And you tell people that you've got a lovely family, or you know everything's cool, or you know you've created this atmosphere for them, or you had a partner, a girlfriend, and you gave her a comfort zone, and people are like, you ain't got no house, you ain't got no comfort zone, you ain't got no girlfriend. That's how they sound. They sound so judgmental, they sound so stupid, they sound delusional, right? They don't believe. And it's not because they don't believe, it's because they don't believe. Right? They never do. They never did. Right? Dino does. And Dino is what the culture needs. He's what the scene needs. When I touch on this the way I do, I'm so confident in verses. I'm so confident in my freestyles, but I was never confident enough for these discussions. And that was because people created a comfort zone and a stupid way to live, and I had to live in it. What? It's like that Kush Pappy YouTuber when he goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" Oh my god. Nah, to be fair, like some of these men out here have character. They're a lot of personality to them, but you know, I think where Dino's concerned, he's just like, you know, he's levels. He's just levels, bro. You know, I can go across. I can go everywhere. I feel like I can go on a video and not imitate a person, and I can just remix that person, and I can just really take full advantage of the fact that they're giving me words to use, they're giving me ideas, you know, they're trying to keep me sharp, you know, she's trying to keep me on, you know, on the mission, you know, she wants me to work for her, like not work for her in a sense of like you work for me, she wants me to work for her in a sense of like to, you know, make it happen, you know what I mean? And that's kind of who you want to see it from a team working aspect, from that perspective. You don't want to see it from a sense of like, nah, you're just holding me down now, you're just taking a piss now, you know. That's how certain guys function, that's how certain guys move like, you know, they live like everything's temporary, like everything won't last. But if you take care of something, it will. And you know, I've seen that happen. For me personally, a comfort zone never worked for me, and I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that to impress people. I'm just saying that from my perspective, it's killed me. I wake up every day, and you know, I conversate with tons of people. I walk past people. I walk home, or I get on the bus and I sit next to people, and I'm just so sad of looking. I know I'm not sad, right? Because it's the culture. But, you know, I look out the window and I see several cars, I see several people, and I look and I think, what if they could do more with their lives? Yeah. And that's a better way of looking at it. You know what I mean? Don't be negative. Don't come at people. Just think to yourselves, you can do anything. And that was the idea of the channel. First it was me setting my ways. But then I recognized that Dino can still be set in his ways, but Dino has to come from a perspective of putting the culture first. He has to put the scene first. There are too many artists out here that reference the genre of music, but really aren't the genre of music. I heard one of these OnlyFans creators hop on a song with this rapper, and she was rapping to him or about him or whatever, and I was like, it's not that you don't have talent, love. It's just that I don't know, you're not a rapper. And every time I come across these videos of these wannabe OnlyFans creators, I just find a sense in putting Becky on because I don't know, like that I was exposed to this on purpose. So I'm just used to that. I'm used to that style of, that style of rap. I'm just used to it. Like she's not a rapper or a model. She's just her own person. You just when you look over in her direction, you just have to understand like it's her world, right? But I'll go back to me, what I said earlier about like, if I invite you to my world, you're in my world now, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to say, right? And I'm just trying to say it with conviction, right? I want people to understand that I'll never be that type of guy, and I could never be that type of guy that would ever lie. And I think that's because I've been around too many snakes. I've been around too many vermin, and people be like, he's gonna eventually. He's it's just a matter of time. What am I gonna do? Am I going to start communicating with bitches? Am I going to start falling off? Am I going to start going there? Am I going to start doing this? Am I going to start creating problems? Am I going to start saying, oh yeah, I started work. I started working on this. And guess what? I'm not going to finish it today. So I'm going to finish it next time. I'm going to finish it in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Nah, that's not what I do. I'm so sick of people doing these things. No results. I'm here to be better. I was put on earth to work. I was put on earth to fill out a job application and get a job. And I had the opportunity for years to do that. I've had the opportunity to work around people, have work experience, go to schools, go to colleges, build my English and maths, right? But you have to say it from a voice of reason. Where did those things get me? Did it make me more money? Did it get me more friends? Did it build my influence? Did it get me a bigger circle? Right? Yeah. When you do those things, the only thing that comes and goes are bitches. And that's why when Emily Owen ran away, or Leah Francis went away, or Sophie Wilson went away, or Desi went away, or Charlotta walked away, I was like, okay, all right, and I just had to move. You know what I mean? I couldn't, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to call them out for doing that or being that. I'm just saying, like, they just don't care. And it's because they want to exist in a comfort zone, just not your comfort zone. So everything Dino quoted from that year, from the 8th of December of 2017 to 2018 to 2019, before going to the pub, before Josh McCarthy was in and out, right? That he's a lot better than these guys, because actually Josh McCarthy was in and he was out. And that's why I started to say, if you don't show me the respect I deserve, then I'm gone. I'm out of there. But the thing is, I did. Where was I? I think I was opposite Millie and opposite Josh McCarthy. I think he sat next to her, and I was next to Sophie Hope, probably. I can't remember, right? So it was just two of those girls that was there, right? Josh went away. He was like, I gotta go, G, I gotta go home. And I was like, oh my god, I came all this way, bro. And you wanna go home? Nah, bro. It just, I don't know. It's a lot of guys be like, you lucky bastard. But me, nah, I can't, bro. I can't. Like, it's mad, I think it's like I'm speaking from a sense of seriousness now, right? You gotta be serious. Like, if you make plans with somebody, you can't go, I made plans with you, but yeah, I changed. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna stay at home and I don't want to go. And I'm not trying to say that I wouldn't have gone. I'm just saying, like, if those girls knew, and I wasn't Josh McCarthy, I'm not one of those guys, and I don't want to be one of those guys. If I was like Josh McCarthy, you know, then I would. But I'm not. So I think where I stand, where I stand with it, like, I think, I always go back and I always go, would they have been there? Would they have stayed that long if they knew it was just me? I don't think they would have. Like, I'm good, but I'm not that good, you know? So it's not speaking from a sense of doubt. I just don't fuck with bitches. You know, I don't know. I'm not calling them, because they were very nice to me, right? They were very nice. But, you know, you have these videos of these guys and all they do is call them out. I'm not even gonna say, like, you know, I'm not even gonna go that far. But, you know, like, me personally, like, I don't know, like, I still think that Josh could have stayed and Hope could have stayed and those girls could have stayed, and, you know, it would have been cool. Like, I would have stayed. But then it got worse, because when we were leaving and I had £20 and I got in the taxi and I was next to, you know, none other than Millie. It was interesting because, you know, it was what, June, July. You know, it was insane. We was on our way home, and then I told the guy where I live, and then he dropped me off at the bottom of the road. And I don't know, like, I came home. I was actually at the bottom of the road, and I was just walking around, pacing myself back and forth. I rang one of the guys, and I was just talking about what I went through, and, you know, my family have been texting me, calling me, wanting to know where I was. And I was at that age. Right? So, you know, like, imagine if I went off and did something like that today, I would. But I don't know, like, I'd like to create a comfort zone for a female, for a girl, for a woman, and I'd like to run it by her, you know. And I would, you know, I wouldn't necessarily go off and, you know, want to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna be reckless and be selfish, and, you know, and I've never been that type of way. But I think, but from a sense of, like, being there at that time, what you got to understand is you could never call me out. You could never say, well, you know, you just can't do it, bro. You could never tell me that. You can't sit there on your high horse and tell me I can't go out for a drink with my mates. You can't tell me that I can't go off and spend time with who I want to spend time with. I could and can and will.